Welcome back. This is Toni Wade, the Compassionate Investor, and we are here with Te'ara Rman, who is with Te'ara Speaks. She's an author, and I'm just so excited having her here. So we're now getting ready to get into some nitty-gritty.
Nitty-gritty.
You want some nitty-gritty?
Nitty-gritty.
That's what we're here to talk about. So let's get into some nitty-gritty. So what is it that you actually help people walk through?
So I help people walk through the challenges and struggles that we all go through to get to our purpose. So you always see the celebrations and you see the accomplishments, but we don't ever talk about the journey. So how did you get to the accomplishment? How did you get to that dream? If you don't tell us, we don't know. But then you have other people that are sitting at home, because it was people sitting at home before we started. We were sitting at home before we started doing what we're doing now, wondering, how can I get out and how can I follow my dreams? How can I get out and just be authentically me? But sometimes you got to hear that somebody else has done it and what they've gone through in order for you to say, okay, I can do it too. Your journey may not be the same, but because you've seen somebody or heard somebody else have gone through it, they had a couple bumps in the road, but they were able to overcome it and still be accomplished.
Right.
That means that guess what? You can too.
Yeah, and I mean, you definitely have to have some type of a roadmap to sort of help you get there. Because it's, you guys have heard me always say, sometimes it's like this weird map that's like all these loops and, because that's us. At the end of the day, unless we have something there to guide us.
Unless we have something there to guide us.
So do you have something to guide us?
I do. I have a few things. Actually, I brought you a gift.
I love gifts.
Brought you a gift.
Oh my goodness.
So, before we jump into the self-love, because it's all about self-love, it's all about you, you have to get into that. Get into believing in yourself, loving yourself, being positive, turning those negatives into positives.
Yeah.
Before that, you got to have something that's going to get you up out the bed. You have to have something that you can post around, something you can recite to yourself, having your phone, having your car, having your office, that's going to help you continue to go, because you're going to have days where it's just going to be like, I can't do this. But you got to have something that's going to get you up. And for me, in order for me to be authentic every day, I had to find some affirmation that worked for me, which is where my Dare to Be Different, Live to Inspire, Be Who You Are came from. And that's me saying, you know what, I'm going to step out on faith. I'm going to create my own lane. I'm going to make sure that I leave some type of legacy for somebody else. I'm going to pull somebody else along with me, because it's okay. We can all do it together. Right. But doing it, I'm going to be authentically me no matter what. So I'm just going to step out and jump in 2 feet and say, hey, this is me. Whether you like it or not, this is just going to be me either way. So with that, because I talk about it so much, everybody was like, well, why is Dare Live Be so important? How do I figure out what my Dare Live and Be is? Which is where the 30-Day Empowerment Journal, A Guide to Dare Live and Be, was created. So this 30 days, it's a guide to 30 days, right? It guides you to figuring out what Dare Live and Be means to you. For me, it's different, inspire, be authentically you. For you, it may be something different. But in this journal, you start out figuring out what your biggest fear is, and then you change it to a positive. So for me, my biggest fear was just letting people know who I was and whether they would receive it. Now is, guess what, I'm here, I'm me, this is who I am. If it's not for you, it's absolutely okay. But maybe I can direct you to somebody else that you can work with.
Now, what I'm excited about hearing you say about this one here, because I think you can use that in any stage in life that you are in, whether you are
any stage,
start looking at your own business, or you make multi-millions in a business.
Any stage, and it's forever changing. The good thing about it is it can change. It changes with you as you level up, so it's forever changing. And through these 30 days, you focus on one section for a few days before you go into the next. And it's okay if it changes, but figure out what it is to help you get up and go. So that is your first gift.
Oh, I love it, love it. What else you got?
And now that you got your affirmation and what's going to get you up out the bed, now we got to get us together. We got to take care of that self-love, that self-care. We got to make sure that we love ourselves and we change our mindset, right? So we continue to change our mindset. This starts it, but we got to keep going. So with that, we have created the self-love set. And in the first set, we have a guide to self-love through affirmations. Here's what I love about this. You're reflecting. And when I say reflect, you're reflecting for 52 days. And yes, y'all, I say 52 days. There are 17 affirmations in this book, but you reflect on each one for 3 days. And the exciting thing about this is I leave a place for you to put your picture. So on each page, y'all see my picture right here?
I love it.
But guess what? When it's your book, you get to put your picture on each page, each affirmation.
I love it.
But that, so you know, when you're reciting that affirmation, when you're reflecting for you, your experiences and what it means to you, right? For instance, the first one is, today is my day, claim it. What that means to me may be different from what it means to you. And what it means to you today may be different tomorrow, which is why we do it for 3 days. And then we move on to the next one. All right, now that's book number 1.
Okay.
Now, of course, after that, as we said, it's all about you. It all starts with you.
It does start with you.
And here, guess what? This is just your brain dump notebook. And we have different types of pages, different types of note pages that you can use just to
make some notes.
Make some notes, dump whatever works for you. And here you just get out all your ideas. Whether it's family, it's personal development, it's business, it's work, it's clothes, shoes, whatever it is. If you're wanting to change the way you look, change the way you do, this is what you do. You just brain dump all in here with book number 2. Then, of course, again, it's all about you. So now it's time to be unique. With that, all of the brain dump you did, and it all starts with you. Now you strategize and categorize it and be unique.
Yeah.
And get it together.
And what I'm probably going to love most, because this will collect all that you're dumping.
Yeah.
But it's documented.
It's documented.
There's stuff that you're going to put in here that you might not even use for like 10 years. But that's okay.
But that's okay
because it starts evolving and gets here where you start strategizing. You might have something that you won't connect with for years down the path, but you got it in writing.
And a big thing is getting it out, right? So that you can go back and look at it. Because what you're writing today may be what you're going to do in 5 years. Now, once you get that, we get to take a step back and get back into all of you with Sentiments of Affirmations Journal. Now, this is a workbook. And what this is, I give you an affirmation and you write about your feelings and your emotions. We connect your thoughts and your feelings and emotions in here.
Yeah.
You write about how you feel and then you write your reaction to the affirmation. And then for the next 3 days, I give you a different subject to write your own affirmation over and do your reflection through that. And this is book 4. Now, that's the whole self-love set. And at the end of this, you can't do nothing but be ready.
You're ready.
Ready.
This feeds so much into law of attraction as you think about, because law of attraction, you attract the things to yourself, but it starts with a feeling. People think feelings are not things, but they are.
They are.
It starts with that. This reinforces that law.
Yeah.
You attract what it is that you want for yourself so that you can get into that state.
Yeah.
I am excited for this set. Thank you so much for giving me this.
You're welcome.
You know, in my stage, in my career, you know, I'm always doing stuff electronically. There's nothing wrong with that way, but I've been pushing myself. It has been a struggle to write it down, like physically, finger, pen,
it's different.
writing. It is very different than typing.
It's very, very different. In this way, you're able to get your strengths and your weaknesses out. You're able to see it all yourself. But I will say, while you're going through that journey, be open and patient with yourself. Because all the days are not going to be easy. Some of them are going to be rough. Some of them you're going to cry your eyes out. Because sometimes we have so much in our mind. We need to get it out so that we can deal. Because you have to deal with it, reflect, focus on it in order to move through it so that you can grow. And this may be the only way you can do it.
Well, I'm excited about getting in this and actually writing it down, because my girlfriend Paula has always said she journals. And I'm like, I don't know how you do that, because I am really, it's a work in progress for me. Like, I've just never, I mean, my fingers start cramping after 10 words, and you know, but those things can be overcome because there is power in that pen in your hand, putting on that paper and getting it from up here into here.
Absolutely.
And I think it all can work. So I'm looking forward to exploring this journey with my new gift. So thank you very much.
You are welcome.
I'm excited next, because when we come back, we're going to be talking specifically about the things that are coming up with Miss Te'ara Rman. And go ahead and get you something to drink, and we'll be back in just a moment.